I'd say the 2 years that I was on the turf team, just being a part of that community.
I was part of the turf team. I also really loved all the field trips that we got to go on.
We had a really successful season, and one of my buddies, and I'll never forget the season I had in the years in my head.
The turtle because I took 15 years to get back here, so after 15 years, I graduated college. It's finally, it's been a long time coming, you know. Actually started with Mount Sac back in 2014. After we found out we were going to be having our daughter, that's when I was like, you know, I got to finish doing what I started, you know.
Class of 2025!
Let's go, 2025!
My journey, like many of yours, began with humble beginnings.
It's about dreaming beyond what feels realistic and knowing that you have the power to completely redefine your family's legacy.
You know, I'm first generation college student. You know, I was a veteran. I was formerly incarcerated. I was a gang member. You know, I was addicted to drugs.
That's what makes you better. The only thing with hard times and challenges to keep growing is to keep bettering yourself.
Embrace that fear. Embrace what you're about to face. It's going to be scary.
Extremely. Just to get up in the morning and deal with life and trying to make it, but never give up.
Even when you're going through the worst of times or things may seem impossible, there's always a way to never give up and keep going.
So I was medically discharged for PTSD. I was doing so well in the Marine Corps. It gave me a sense of purpose, and I think that's what happens with a lot of us when we get out. We don't have a purpose. It was a really dark time. I went through my divorce. I went into deep depression, addiction. I was influenced to come to Mount Sac or even go to college from a Marine that passed away. And he told me, have I gone to the Veterans Center? Everyone here at the Veterans Center that works here is amazing. They're doing such a great job helping us with our educational benefits, getting everything we need.
Mount Sac takes the time and the love and the community to be inclusive and caring. And for people who think that they have to do everything by themselves, are making things so much harder for themselves because it's not true.
Try everything and open yourself up to it, and it's okay to say that this isn't for me. Let's try something.
I was not prepared for a 4-year institution at all because of the pandemic, because I just had no motivation whatsoever. Yeah, I was a straight-A student, and I fully just had kind of lost my way. And even now, I'm still going through a lot of life transitions. I came to Mount Sac starting fresh, hoping for a new start, and I'm going to UC Berkeley now.
You know, I lived in Skid Row for 15 years. I spent over a decade there. I had a judge, and one time he told me, you know, I take personal offense that you're such a public nuisance. And he told me, I bet my rose that you'll never make it out of Skid Row. And I'll never forget that, ever in my life. I was pretty much voluntold to come here by my probation officer after I got out of jail, and she pointed me in the rising scholar direction and pretty much said, that's what you're gonna do, that's where you're gonna go. I never really understood that there was a community of people like me, and I never really understood that people came to college that got out of jail. I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. I had no idea that people did that.
It shows that anybody from any background can make something of themselves. And that's what Mount Sac made me feel like, and I didn't think that would be me.
And I've watched previously incarcerated students come and grow, you know, just because it's a family and a community of people who want to change.
They have a lot of scholarships available specifically for horticulture students, and so I was able to apply to a lot of them, and I was able to get a bunch of scholarships.
It's, I guess, up to $55,000 a year, which is incredible, but it's also to be part of the community of scholars and to join something that I could never imagine being a part of. I will become a scholar for all the people that didn't get a second chance, you know, for all these people that don't make it out.
Congratulations, Mounties.
Great. Mount Sac was amazing. Shout out Mount Sac.
Being in the Black Student Center and just being a part of that, that association and the program was really a blessing, and they helped me a lot along the way.
Also been part of CalWorks and CARE, and then I've also been part of ACES and EOPS.
There's so many programs here. I don't know why you can't succeed.
There is an incredible amount of resources.
Seed helped me a lot. It's kind of like work study program, but it's not quite work study. What it is almost like a internship, I would say. And it's stuff that you could actually use on your resume.
Mount Tech has a program for everything. It's pretty amazing.
I was a part of Promise Plus. That was a great program. That program is, I was probably the first 44-year-old freshman.
I went to Mount Tech and I met these people, and I was part of this organization and this club and this program, and use the programs, use the resources. And without that, this school is just a school.